Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Welcome back to our weekly live podcast, Heal the Unicorn podcast, that we live stream into our Facebook group called Heal the Unicorn Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. So if you listen to this podcast on a different platform, however you came about it, we're curious to know. And also, this would be your reminder or call that it's time to work and heal yourself and come and check out if this group and community is the right place for you that can help you to do that and then some. That's full of like-minded women such as yourself who have, in many ways, have been through hell and back and are now healing themselves and growing spiritually as a community. So, and if it's not the place that you can call home yet, that's okay. No worries whatsoever. Keep looking for that place that feels comfortable and safe for you, that allows you to be your most true, authentic self and continue evolving as a human being that you are. And as always, your loyal hosts, Anna Angelova.
Hey everyone, my name is Angelova, an energy leadership coach with Empath Unicorn Academy, where we help women create an abundant life. And I'm joining you from a car today, passing by Guelph right now. So, hi, Yana.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, well, thank you for your intro and that no matter where you are, that you are loyal and committed to hopping on and being on here live with us. So I was hoping she didn't cross the border yet, that she would be stopped by Border Patrol, and then this would be a really fun show, and all of us would lean in and listen and watch. But unfortunately, she crossed the border, so it's not going to be so as entertaining as I was hoping it would be.
Next time, next time.
Yeah, I know, right? Just next time,
Coming.
make sure you bring something in your car so that way it gives them the reason to pull you over. That would be really fun. We all love drama as long as it's not our own, right? As long as it's somebody else's. So, welcome to the show, Heal the Unicorn Podcast, and I'm your other loyal host, Yana Kasperczak, and I'm your certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach, and it has been my soul's purpose to help women, to help you get your shit together so you can break free from that mental prison you find yourself in and build a business, a life, or a career that you are obsessed with. And the root of our obsession or our numbness or our even hate or despise for life is in our mind. Our our mind makes it how we view and perceive the world goes through our mind, and that means that we are the ones that are responsible on how we can view our life. There are many people who, by the standard of the world, would be considered or should be considered not happy in their life, and yet they're super happy, they're super joyful with their life, while others should be considered to be happy and they're not. And I'm sure you either know some of these people personally or you have come across them or you have met them. So today we wanted to talk about integrating financial abundance with energetic alignment. And this is why I wanted to start talking about our mind is what it makes it out to be. Because when we align energetically with the reality that we want, it becomes ours. Sometimes we um we need to, how do I put it? It's like the reality that we have, sometimes we're not happy with it. We're not thankful for it. And we want something different. And when we tap into that energy and express that energy every single day and live that way where we're not happy with our life and the way it is, what it's going to actually do is going to attract more of those things into our life. Which means that if you want to change your life, if you want to shift your life, you must learn to accept and appreciate and be grateful. Not just think gratitude, but be gratitude with all that your life currently is right now and focus on all of the positives of your life that you currently have. Because it's really easy to think and focus on all of the negative, but it can actually be even easier to focus on all the positives. And when you do more of that, that is when you tap into the anabolic energy that we talk about all the time, and you will attract more of those things. You can spend time and clarify and visualize what more you want of in your life and think of those things to help you feel inspired and motivated, or you can just simply let the universe do its job and provide for you as it always has, as it always will. And it's always going to do it in the best way for you, even though initially it might not feel that way. And when it comes to financial abundance, especially because this is going to be the topic for today, most people, especially in today's day and age, where after certain locking of the downs that we have gone through, a lot of things have gone up in price. It's just unimaginably how much they've gone up in price. Even every for the simplicity of it, everything has doubled. Like literally everything has doubled. And who is it benefiting? It's benefiting a few. But at the same time, we can see it as it's also benefiting us because it is forcing us to now become aware that there's this default program that we're carrying that is creating a lack of financial abundance. Because, and I say that because yes, some in some cases it is circumstantial, whereas in reality, if one person can show us what's possible and break through the imaginary glass ceiling and reach unimaginable financial abundance. If one person can do it, it's proof that anyone else can do it. And I think this is where I'll stop. And I'll invite Anna in to share what her thoughts and experiences are, knowledges and wisdoms are when it comes to integrating financial abundance with energetic alignment.
I love the fact that you started the conversation with gratitude because gratitude is the door to, like you said, the anabolic levels, creative levels, and the financial abundance as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's really hard, like it's really, really hard sometimes to uh, be grateful, right? Like when you are in a situation where, like you said, prices are high, you're wondering where your next paycheck will come from, things like this. It's hard to focus on the things that you can be grateful for. But gratitude is really, really the key. And it's it's always with energy and with all things, like it's always um, I think I really love one of the like a definition of luck, like which is like attitude. So we've all heard the definition of luck where um, opportunity meets preparation meets opportunity, right? Preparation meets opportunity. But there is another one which I really really love, where it's like so preparation plus opportunity plus the attitude to actually see the opportunity, right? The
Mm-hmm.
attitude to prepare and see the opportunity, the mindset, plus taking action. So when we're talking about financial abundance, yes, tapping into energy, tapping into gratitude, even for just a little bit. And one thing I really love actually talking about gratitude um, and financial abundance. So I've mentioned that I read it like 3 times last year. The book The Miracle, which talks about gratitude from the Secret series. And one of the things she said, looking back in your past, and I'm like, oh wow, this is so powerful. So
Mhm.
when we were kids, we had clothes on, we had food, we went to school, like we wore shoes, whatever it was. And think about like as kids we grow up, especially there are periods when every few months we need new clothes, we need new shoes, and just stepping back into your past, starting from your childhood. That as little as you might have had in your childhood, you still were provided for in one way or another. And we often think about, like when we think about money, we often think about money more just like this. But every time you get a gift, every time you have a discount, every time someone gives you something that you need, it's financially, it creates more financial abundance.
Mhm.
Um, so again, love the fact that you started the conversation with gratitude, and it's really, this is really the key. And then uh, which is level 4, right? Like this is where gratitude starts from. And then from there, the more we tap into level 5, 6, and 7, like the more abundant, like not just financially, right? It's not just financially. So this part, absolutely. But then the other part, I mentioned the um, equation for luck, what luck is. The last piece is the action. So yes, tapping into energy, but then also um, learning more about finances, learning more about like how to uh, manage expenses, how to manage your income, and all these kind of things. Taking action to create more value, and whether it's through growing personally, getting more upskilled, so you can get promoted, or find a job that pays better, um, starting your own business, doing something on the side like a side hustle, whatever it is. So the other part is actually the action. And as you tap, this is one of the beauties of the mindset and the 7 levels of energy, is that as you tap into levels 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Like everything gets easier, and everything starts flowing, and even the actions you take get easier and really align. So I think this is where I wanted to start.
No, that's a beautiful start as well because you reminded me, and I hope everybody else who's listening was reminded of how we all truly felt when we were young, how abundant we felt, how rich we felt. Just think back when your parents gave you a toonie. I don't know if you guys have coins here, in the States. I'm pretty sure you don't have $2 toonies. You don't even have a $2 bill anymore. I used to, not anymore. I have one. Not giving it because it's put away for one of those like collector bills, right? But how rich did you feel when your parents gave you $1, $2, $5? When you had $100, you believed you were a millionaire and you felt so rich. Now you're like, yeah, I was so naive. But no, that's the magic of emotion, of feeling. And when you feel that way, guess what you ended up having more of? All of the things you actually wanted as a child. Everything you wanted, you ended up having one way or another. Sooner or later, you ended up having it because your energy was there. You were creating your reality. And some of you, unfortunately, didn't have a very pleasant childhood and you didn't have the ability to be a child, to feel like a child. And and it's tough. Some of you might not remember. all of these things. But if you pause and think, and you think as far back as you can, chances are you will find that moment where you felt that. And what I want to say to you is you can use that memory to tap into it now. Because when you go back and you think of that memory, because you're already doing that in negative ways and catabolic ways, and you're really good at it. I know I was really, really, really good at that. I was a freaking pro at going back into the past and thinking of all the shoulda, coulda, woulda's, and then feeling bad and crappy, and then my life began to show my internal reality externally and was like, the fuck is this? I don't like this. But when you tap into all the good and amazing and magnificent memories, you'll start to notice all of those things in your present current life now as well. And because the goal of anything that we want to manifest, anything that we want to tap into, anything that we want to energetically align with, because energy is everything, or everything is energy, however you want to phrase a sentence. So everything is made out of energy, which goes to say that money itself is not just a number in your bank account, it's energy itself. So you must align with that energy that is money, that is abundance, financial abundance, as you once were aligned with it, as you once felt it, until you began to receive the programming of your external world that told you and showed you all these different ways that there was lack of money through your parents, through your friends. Can't do this, can't have that, can't afford that, not yet, not now. All these different ways of how we were all told that there's not enough money. But there was a moment where you believed that you had all the money in the world and you didn't have a single doubt in your mind. So when you think of that moment, you're tapping in to that moment, into that energetic state and that state of mind as well. And you are bringing it in to the now. And when you bring it into the now, you will little by little begin to live through the now, because now is the only time that exists. The past is no longer here, and if you try to go back and try to and hope you can erase the past, in the end what you end up doing is you end up erasing yourself, and you don't want to do that, because even though you might not really truly love yourself just yet, but it's just yet, you'll get there, and you're meant to. That's why you're going through what you're going through, so you can really find yourself in that shitstorm and get to know yourself and see just how amazing and incredible you already are. And you finally see that you don't really want to change and become someone different of who you're looking at, who you're jealous or envious about, that you're hoping or trying to be like this person, like that person. You don't want to. That person, that job is already taken. You gotta figure yourself out and find yourself in the process and love yourself. Now, you can use that even as a visualization. Go back into the past when you felt that way. See your child self looking at that money, admiring that money. You can, in your mind's eye, you can add a couple of more zeros to it. Right? Who's to say that your $100 that you got wasn't actually $1 million or $1 billion that you sat with, and because that's how you felt. So perception is reality. So if you begin to change your perception, which starts in your mind, then your reality will change and shift as well. So sit with that energy, with that emotion of you feeling abundant, and you'll have more of that in your life. And if your energy isn't aligned with abundance, no amount of hustling, no amount of budgeting or manifesting will shift your financial reality. So your energy itself, your emotional state is what is going to essentially dictate your reality. So if you're always worried or stressed about money, it's because there is a program, there is a thought and a feeling, conscious or unconscious at this point, that is dictating to you and telling you in all of these different ways there's not enough money to go around, that you don't have enough money. When the reality is there's more than enough money, more than enough money. And I'm sure you've heard this phrase that if you took all the money away from the richest of the people in the world, it will find its way back to them. And that, my friends, is what energy is like. They are a magnet to that money that they know. It's not that they believe, that they know that they're worth, they know that they deserve. And they don't have those doubts that drain or have holes in their pockets. And that's the difference. Anna, what else would you add to this part of the abundance of financials that we're chatting about?
This is so true what you were saying. And the rest of us, what happens is that the rest of us, we grew up with phrases like money doesn't grow on trees.
Yep.
And this is something that I'm sure all of us have heard. And
Mhm.
it's like that limitation that we got from our loving parents and everyone around us, how hard it is to earn money, how also ideas like, oh, the rich are different kind of people, or they cheat, or they are not,
They're
they're,
evil.
yes, yeah, so money is evil, things like this. And that's why like, mindset and our beliefs are so important. Like you said, they create our reality. And that's why like the course we have on money magic is actually, it starts with like the first module is all about the mindset, all about changing. And in the imposter banishing quest, this is the first thing we do, talk about these limiting beliefs and help you get rid of them, rewrite them. And yes, like, you don't go from money doesn't grow on trees to money grows on trees, right? Like you don't go from this to from one to the other. It's a gradual process where uh, you tap into this and start changing your beliefs and how you see the world. This is the first step. Like this is really the first step because again, a lot of us have those limitations, and we constantly get bombarded by this. By the way, we
Yeah.
constantly get bombarded by this, and it's everywhere. That's why like tuning into the podcast every single week and listening to, like, whether it's the topic of we have today for finances, or any other topic that helps you elevate your energy, helps you tap into uh, the anabolic levels, helps you heal and see that you're actually an unlimited powerful being. And this is like, I highly recommend, if you haven't done this in a while, examine your beliefs, especially around money, right? Around finances. Examine your beliefs and see what's there, like what's really there. Like, what are some of the things that you've heard from your parents, right? What are some of the things that still hold you back? Um,
Hmm.
so this is something that I highly recommend. And as I'm saying it, I want to do it as well, because I know that there's a lot of room for improvement, even for myself. Because if I'm not where I want to be financially, it means that there is room for improvement, and I know it can be better, right? So this is something that uh, we all struggle with, and we're in the same boat, but it's doable. The thing is that like it's really doable, and you can align with not just gratitude. You can align with even higher levels and become that magnet. I love what you said, like turn into magnet. Energetically, you turn into that magnet. Um, and I want to emphasize that we have opportunity to be grateful for financial abundance every day in so many ways. And it's not just in the way of like financially the money, right? It's not just when we see the dollar bill in our hand or in our bank account. If someone buys you coffee or takes you for lunch, if you are thinking of buying something and someone says, "Oh, I have a spare one here," oh, this is financial abundance coming to you in a different way.
Hmm.
So yes, we are very used to concepts of money, right? Like talk about money and the balance in the bank account or dollar bills, things like this. But a lot of the things, and because money ultimately is the way we exchange value, right? The way we exchange value. And every time someone provides value, either as buying you something or as a service for free or something, like they say, oh, or gives you a discount, this is financial abundance. This is financial abundance presenting and the universe presenting an opportunity for you to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for someone wanted me and for the financial abundance that is coming my way. So this is one of the things I wanted to emphasize that it's everywhere around us. It's everywhere around us. And being grateful is really the starting point. It's really the starting point where the whole journey starts. I would highly recommend actually also um, learning more about finances as well, which is more the logical part, like levels 3 and 5, I would probably say, uh,
Yeah. But you need to know
where,
what you're gonna do with it when you have it. Most people
yes,
want to win the lottery, but they don't know what they're gonna do with it.
and this is the other thing, like, so what you said, the other thing that someone have heard, might have heard as well, is that a lot of the lottery winners, they lose it all. They go back to not be millionaires
Yeah.
because they were not millionaires when they won the lottery. They were not millionaires. So it's really if you want to if you want $1 million, you need to become a millionaire
Yeah.
and tapping into the energy, growing into the person who uh, knows how to handle and manage and yeah, it's really love this reminder. Love this reminder that it's about who you are, and energetically as you and it's to mention this. It's we all we're all here to remember who we are.
Your sound got really quiet. I can barely hear you. It's almost like it went down slowly.
Did I change something? Is it better now?
No, now I can't hear at all. Technology, you gotta love it and hate it sometimes, right? No, can't hear you at all. Let me try to mute you and you can unmute and see if that works. Because sometimes that might be the thing that helps. It's not even letting me mute you. There we go. Nope, can't hear. I think Zoom is trying to silence you. Uh, okay, well, let me chit chat for a bit and then we'll see if we can get your sound back in a minute. But I love how you're talking about um in order for you to be a millionaire, you gotta become one. And it's not just becoming by winning the lottery, it's the mindset, it's your belief systems, it's your default system. And that's why I also said if all the money was taken away from the wealthy and the rich, or from all the people in the world, it would all go into the pockets of the rich because of their mindset, because of their energy, because of their aura, if you will, because they know something, and they know that they are millionaires, they know that they are billionaires, and you can't take that away from them, which is reasonable to say if this is who you are striving on becoming, then you gotta do what the millionaires or the billionaires do. And you gotta surround yourself with people that you want to be more like. And that's why I also like, Anna, when you were talking about listening to our podcast, the Imposter Banishing Quest, the Money Course that we have as well, because what information you put into your mind, you will become that information. It's similar to who you spend most of your time with. You'll become the average of those people. And if you're I'll put it like often we think that it's people themselves that we're spending our time with, but it's not necessarily people in the physical form. Yes, that plays a role, a big role, but it's also the content that we consume, the movies, the shows that we watch, the books that we read or don't read, the podcasts that we listen to or don't listen to. It's all that information that we put into our minds and into our bodies that's going to make a difference. That it's where like Anna was talking about the mindset. If, most people operate from the scarcity mindset when it comes to money, feeling like there is never enough, fearing that success is temporary, or believing that financial freedom is only reserved for other people, when that is not the reality. Financial freedom is not reserved for other people or for special people. What makes those people special, what makes them special is their mindset, their knowing, and their lack of doubt when it comes to being financial abundance. They don't have the mindset that most of us have. Mindset like Anna was talking about, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, I mean, maybe not in Canada, because in Canada we have plastic money now, so maybe in Canada they're right. But in many other countries, and Australia also has plastic money, but many other countries, especially in the States, you guys have paper money. What's paper if not a tree? So technically, it does grow on trees, or maybe not on trees because it's not leaves. It's a tree itself. Or maybe it is made out of leaves. How do we not know, right? And that's the thing. If you think or speak of money in a way of, I want to make money, that's also the wrong language. Because if you're making money, you are going to end up in prison. Right? I used to work at the bank and you would not want to make money because you come in, we know what real money, what fake money looks like. So if you're making money in your craft room, you're gonna end up in prison or in jail, depending on what country you're in and whatever it's called there. So the language you want to use is earn, because you get to keep everything you earn. And when you earn something, you're also earning your own status of how you see yourself. You can't make $1 million, because if you make $1 million, easy come, easy go. You didn't earn it, so you won't even know how to keep it, how to hold on to it. But once you really learn how to earn that money, even if everything is taken away, you can get it right back. You'll be just like those millionaires and billionaires that are earning it. And by the way, um, I've also heard that millionaires themselves, they also have a potential to have a mindset that is negative, and you would not want to spend your time with them because you would want to surround yourself with billionaires. Those are the ones that are thinking from, and of course there's different levels of millionaires, right? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. Many people actually nowadays, they already have $1 million, they're living in it, and they don't even live like a millionaire. Here in Canada, most homes are practically $1 million homes. So technically, you Canadians are all already millionaires. So if you really want, you can sell your house and go live somewhere else and use that money. Or see that you already have the $1 million and shift your perception and see the abundance and not the lack. But scarcity mindset, on top of what Anna was saying, is another story is money. Making money is hard. Well, of course, it's hard to make money because you don't have the right tools and equipment to make money. Earning money is hard too, right? Because then you have to work hard to earn that money. I'm not the kind of person who gets rich. Who told you that? When did you decide to believe that to be true? Can you change it? Chances are you're saying yes. And if you believe that you can change it, how are you going to change it? If I have more, others will have less. And that's the good girl in you. That good girl that is fearful of taking something away from others, and so they will have less. Um, you're not allowing yourself to earn because you are worrying about other people, and you need to shift that focus and worry about yourself as well. Rich people are greedy. Rich people are evil. Rich people are bad people. Who told you that? How many rich people have you met? Have you met any rich and wealthy people? What's your definition of rich as well? That's another question, right? There's different types and levels of richness. What's your definition of rich? Have you met rich people? What are they actually truly like? Um, so with these money stories, really, you want to shift them and align with abundance. Remind yourself that money is actually an unlimited resource. It is always flowing to you. It is always flowing to me. I am wealthy and I'm worthy of receiving wealth in ways that feels aligned. My success creates more opportunities for others. So if you're worried about, I, if I earn the money, then I'm taking away from someone else. Well, then maybe you shouldn't go to a job and just stay at home because you're in a job that somebody else could have and they could be earning that money. Or they might be bold enough to ask for more and earn more than you in that same job, that same position, or maybe even doing less than you. Have you met people like that? Why are you not allowing yourself to be more like them? What it comes down to is the belief that you have about themselves, right? The belief that you have about yourself and your worth. If you believe you're worth more and you're worthy of more, you will go and you will ask for that raise. But most people won't go because of the belief that they are not worth more, or that they're going to get scolded, or that they're not going to get a yes and they don't like to feel rejected. Whatever the belief behind your you being worthy more financially is, it's keeping you at this glass ceiling. And in order for you to get to that next level, you must break through this glass ceiling that you currently have right now. And when you break through glass, you know it's going to hurt. You know it's going to cut. And sometimes it can cut really deep. What were you doing through that process is you're opening up those wounds, those cuts, and you're healing them, and you're growing and you're evolving and you're getting closer to becoming that millionaire. And then when you become that millionaire, you know you are, so that money will come to you like this. It will be I don't chase, I attract type of approach. That's how the rich get richer. And of course, at the same time, many of them, let's be honest, they're shady as fuck. And they know there's a reason. Here's how I'll put it. Okay. I learned a few things. Is there's a reason why many of those really wealthy people know and have quite a few lawyers and have lawyer friends. Because if you want to learn and know how to break the law, there's no one better than a lawyer to help you do that. So, um, yeah. But if you're shady, if you're a bad person, eventually, we all know, the Disney stories, bad never wins, good always wins. So if your approach is bad, chances are not in this group, right? Um, then eventually they will catch up with you. But when you're good and you come from a good place, you only have more and more and more and more. So, the shade, the darkness eventually catches up with you. So that's where I would end with that. It's really just understanding your story, your thoughts, your program, and sitting with it and questioning it. How true is this really? Part of it might be true. Yeah, maybe money does grow on trees, but not here in Canada, so that's not true. Debunk that belief, debunk that thought, and then which one would you want to replace it with that feels good and aligning? Shifting the belief that money is a tool for good and I am worthy of receiving it. Challenge the old programming, such as what if making money, earning money, could be easy and joyful? What if I can really love earning money? Which might sometimes mean for some of you that you got to change your job or career or start a business that you really love and obsess about every single day. So, what is that for you? And then remind yourself or say to yourself, maybe on a daily basis, I welcome financial flow and abundance with gratitude and confidence. I am worthy. Simple, right? But you gotta feel it. Not just say it, not just think it, but feel it. Feel it. Just like as you did when you got that dollar or you got $100 and you believed and you really believed with all of you being you were a millionaire and you were so rich until you went to the store and you couldn't buy very much with it. And you're like, ooh, reality check. So it wasn't just your parents, it was you going to spend it. So, Anna, what else would you have to add? I know you refreshed it, so I hope the sound is good as we're wrapping up for today. Still can't hear you. No. I don't know if it's a connection on your device or the head. No, it's not the headphones themselves because you unplug them and you still try to speak and there was nothing. Is it connected to Bluetooth by any chance on your car? No, nothing. Wow. Wow. This this ladies is sometimes how it feels when our voice is taken away from us and we want to say something but we can't. And technology can be mean sometimes, can't it? No, nothing.
Hear me now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, a little bit, but this is like the computer, so there is no noise around me.
Yeah, it's like it's really, really quiet, but I can hear you a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very quiet, very weird.
What if you bring it closer?
What does this one work?
I don't say something again.
Does this one work now?
No, it's the same sound.
Same sound?
Hmm.
Interesting. Connected.
Yeah, now I can't hear anything. Yeah, now it's quiet again, entirely quiet. Technical difficulties. Okay. Yeah, no sounds at all.
Can you
I
hear
don't
me
want.
now? Oh,
Yes.
oh yes. Okay, it's connected with the Bluetooth. Let me just change this one to
Oh, see, it was the Bluetooth.
headset. No, no, no. I was not at Bluetooth. I was using this thing, and so sorry for the technical difficulties. The only thing I actually wanted to add that another important topic, and I know we're almost at the end. Very quickly wanted to add it is another thing that we are really good at in today's world is coming up with excuses and blaming everything and everyone else. And we listened to Jim Rohn on the way to US on Sunday. I love what he said. So he was 25 years old and he was broke, kind of like didn't have like old money and didn't have a lot. And then um, after that, the next 6 years, by the time he was 31, which would have been somewhere in the 70s, I think, he became a millionaire. Which, if he was a millionaire in the 70s, imagine like what it means for today. Probably multimillionaire. Uh, it, so one thing he said is the interest rates were all more or less the same. Prices were more or less the same. The government was more or less the same. My negative relatives were more or less the same. Everything around me was more or less the same. Everything I used as an excuse was more or less the same. The only thing that changed was my personal philosophy, which is what? Our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
How we take responsibility. And actually, when you think about it, I know we talked about gratitude being the stepping stone, but the first stepping stone into anabolic levels and anabolic energy is taking personal responsibility for your life, for your finances, for your abundance. And I just wanted to bring this one because as you were saying something, I'm like, this is it's an important aspect of how to tap into first to tap into gratitude and really into financial abundance. Actually, the first stepping stone is taking full responsibility for your thoughts, for your feelings, for your beliefs, for the actions you take, for how much you do at work or how little you do, for the things you do and for the things you don't do. Taking full responsibility and like Jim Rohn, by the way, is so fun and listening to his seminars and lectures, it's priceless. It's amazing. He passed away, I think, in 2009,
Yeah.
but he's considered one of the most influential speakers. Like I think he won some awards, but anyway, off track. So sorry for the technical difficulties. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Technology, especially on the road. Yeah, this is what I wanted to share as well. That along with those limiting beliefs, working on removing those excuses and really taking full responsibility. If I want something, if I really, really want it, There is no excuse for the time we are in. There's no excuse. Like, we just need to remember who we truly are, that limitless being, powerful being, and really step into our power. Make it happen.
Yeah. And really, what I'm hearing you talk about is the energy levels, because that's what Jim Rohn did. He shifted from the victim of I have no money, all this sucks, I have no control over anything. That's level one. And I don't see Jim Rohn being in level two too much because two
Oh,
is where you,
blaming, yeah, blaming, because blaming the government, right? Like, it's the government's fault. It's the
the
thing's fault.
neighbor's
Yeah,
fault. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's my negative relatives. Yeah. So who knows? Like, yeah, it's not just anger, right? It's also someone's fault. And what you were saying about the zero sum game, right? Thinking that, oh, if I win, someone loses. If I make money, someone doesn't, right? This is level two. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It is the energy levels. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we take responsibility, that's when we're moving to level four and five. And mindset exists, all the mindsets that we have, whether it's money stories, money mindset, time mindset, a happiness mindset, whatever mindsets that we have, it's like a set of cards. We can change them. And all of us have access to all the seven energy levels of the cards. The deck of cards when it comes to the mindset at level one. The deck of cards when it comes to the mindset of level two, three, four, five, six, and seven. Those who know they are millionaires or billionaires, those who know and have powerful, positive, anabolic mindsets are living and existing in level five, six, and seven through their money stories. Now, when it comes to their time stories, that might be a whole different conversation because they might be a level one and two, never have enough time, they're not happy with time, always running out of time, or whatever it is that they're carrying. They might be dealt with different set of cards, maybe even when it comes to friends and the relationships that they look at, or how they see themselves and love themselves. Just because they have all this money does not mean that they're happy in every part of their life. It doesn't. Because money does not bring happiness. It doesn't. Money often brings more problems because then you don't know what you're going to do with all that money. How, what lawyer are you going to contact to help you, you know, stash money here, stash money there, and hide it from people so you don't have to pay taxes on it, right? Or how you, because lawyer's not going to help you with this part, or what kind of financial advisor you're going to reach out to help your money grow. And then on top of that, there's, like I said, most people nowadays, they are walking around with a broke mindset and it attracts more broke. But reality is, if they're living in a house, then that house is worth something. You want to feel wealthy? Downsize. It's actually one of the smartest things that we did is right after the lockdowns, like at the end of the lockdowns, when the prices of the homes went up, well, time to sell and move to a smaller place and smaller town and invest and be smart with our money and feel like we can actually live because also the mortgage was coming for renewal and the price of the home was, things were shifting. And then while our neighbors were talking about, ooh, this is a great retirement home and we can't wait to retire so we can live, hearing that, I went into panic mode and it took me a minute to understand why that was. And the reason for that is because I was hearing these people put in their life and they're living on hold for when they retire. And I did not want to live like that. I did not want to live in this mindset where I'll be happy when. I'll be living my life when I retire, when we sell this, when we do that. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're selling now. We just finished the basement too. We didn't get to really enjoy it much. So that was not the best or favorite part for most of us. But it added a lot of value to the home. It was worth more with the finished basement than a not finished basement. And when we make intelligent decisions, we feel more empowered as well. So educate yourself about your finances as well. Know what you have, what you don't, what you want, and what you don't. And when you're spending money, each and every time you spend money, don't stay in that scarcity emotional state. If it takes you 5 minutes of the cash before you pay for it, and of course, part of that might be fear of judgment of, oh my God, someone's gonna say she crazy. What is she doing before she spends that money? But you want to tap into gratitude and you want to tap into that maybe memory of when you were little and you felt abundant when you're spending that money. We're meant to feel great and amazing when we spend money and not crappy and shitty. So that's all that I wanted to add. I know Anna said her battery is dying, so if she just drops off, we know why. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Anna, for being on here. Thank you, ladies who were on here live as well. We're looking forward to seeing and hearing more from each and every one of you. Those of you who will be replaying as well. Welcome to all the new members. Hello, beautiful unicorns. Go through the group, enjoy yourself, consume the content. Uh, Allow it to reprogram you and teach you. Bring your notebook, take notes, and apply what you learn, which brings me into I want to know what was your biggest takeaway from today's podcast, and then what are you going to do with it? What did you learn? Maybe there was a aha moment. And then what are you going to do with this aha moment, with this newfound knowledge? Otherwise, we will see you all live back here in this group at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time next Wednesday with a topic of um, authenticity in leadership, inspiring others through your truth. So that's definitely going to be a great one for each and every one of you because each and every one of you is a leader, whether by choice or by default. And we'll talk about that more next week. So we'll see you all 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time next week. Back here in this group, Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. Be here or be square. Is that the phrase? So thank you, everybody, and have an amazing the rest of your day. And Anna, have an amazing the rest of your ride and get home safely until we see each other next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.